Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting the session in 2 minutes. We are waiting for all the participants to join.
Ms. Parvati, let us start the session now.
Yes, ma'am.
Nirmal sir is waiting for a while.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, all of you. I
Good
think I'm
morning.
audible.
Uh, Good morning,
Nirmal
sir.
sir,
Just
Ms.
please
Parvati
hold
will
on.
introduce you to the
Sure,
participants.
sure,
Just
yeah,
for a
sure.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of the 6-day online NBA GAP CV 4.0 aligned faculty enablement program on industry practices in software development for complex interdisciplinary challenges, organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Adi Shankara Institute of Engineering and Technology. It is my pleasure to introduce today's resource person, Mr. Nirmal Krishna Iyer, Delivery Manager at Tata Consultancy Services. Mr. Nirmal Krishna Iyer is an accomplished technology professional with significant expertise in cybersecurity, secure software development practices, enterprise risk management, and information security governance. He has been actively involved in designing secure systems and implementing cybersecurity best practices across organizations. Today's session is on data driven and scalable software solutions for complex interdisciplinary challenges. We are honored to have you with us, sir. I kindly invite you to begin the session. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Parvati. Thanks, Ramani ma'am, for giving an opportunity to Adi Shankara College of Engineering. And I'm sure like this is as a part of the faculty enrichment program. And many thanks and a very warm good morning to all of you. I think as I was just riding back to office, I could hear in 102.3 our like Chief Minister V.D. Sadishan rendering today's Kerala, budget. I assume like majority have gone through in the last 5 6 minutes. I have been just witnessing like what all are the various initiatives from the state that is ongoing, right? Why I'm saying that is like what were the various modules that I want to actually bring today. It correlates or coincides with whatever I have heard on the budget from VD Sadishan sir today. So hope in the last few minutes, at least like I could hear from the government, I mean the various initiatives which are coming to brand Keralam, again, which is linking back to Ayurveda, tourism and all, then 1 crore liter in 3 years with respect to dairy farm production. And then again, like on to Malayalam AI initiative. So too much of like promises are there. So huge prayers and then reverence to the entire crowd, VD Sudhishan and team, to ensure like the Kerala is just going to the next center. When it comes to like I could hear like announcements on incubation center for the new generation entrepreneurships as well. So I'm quite confident like we are going to flourish anyway. On the AI side, also like we have a ministry from the Kerala side, right? So it's a beautiful start. So it coincides with a couple of scenarios that I'm going to speak out here. Just a correction, Parvati, I'm not from cybersecurity practice. Rather, I'm completely on to say the innovation front, specifically when it comes to say the latest technological disruptions that are happening in the market, including AI, data science. So, a short brief from my side, just like one amongst you, I was part of Cochin University of Science and Technology, 2003 pass out, straight from campus into Wipro Technologies. Again, like 19, 20 years in Wipro. From there, like I moved to TCS, in between MBA from IIM Kozhikode, and basically right now on to sales, pre-sales of TCS. That's a short intro from my side, Parvati. Again, this session, faculty development program. See, gone are the days in which we will say like, okay, Java programming, this is how I have to coach. Gone are those days in which we are going to say like, okay, I have C, C++, or probably I have object-oriented programming, or probably I have say the SEM 7 or SEM 3 related engineering graduates, like basically picking up say hotel industry use case. Gone are those days, right? Right now, everything is available in fingertip when it comes to technology. It is just that we have to go towards Perplexity AI, or probably like we have to go through cloud instances. Coding is right now like what to say, a low profile thing. Rather, I would say like low code, no code, right? The curiosity, the ability to actually explore, interpret, and then take it aside, right? So coding is just an enable. I mean, coding is just like it can happen even from a 10 standard kid, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not putting it as an inferior there, but rather I would like to say like coding right now with lot much of assistance, right? Which are digital assistants, we can still have it, right? So the entire thinking on the faculty or the mindset of the faculty, including me, is something like how we will enable them to the latest areas of research, what is happening around us, like how exactly we can correlate to what is happening in say the Kerala budget announcements that had happened, say huge focus on to the incubation center for new generation enterprise entrepreneurs, right? So from that perspective, enough grants are coming, right? The EV space, the electric vehicle space, which is disrupting in the market. Huge focus that is coming onto the agriculture, right? On the agriculture side, huge focus. If you go back to say Narendra Modi ji's related initiatives, lot much aspects are happening on military defense, even on the space technology, right? So the cocooning, I mean the new industrial cocooning new industrial facets, right? So those areas, right, use cases, how I can bring AI, how I can bring data science, right? So that should be the real focus, is one underlining element that I wanted to highlight. My PPTs won't look that much great. The reason being, I've just collated on a real flying mode to bring you certain aspects, but I'm quite confident like those use cases will help to light the other minds. I mean, our young minds to get on to the next level, so that they are choosing the right use case, right product that they are going to build, and then right attention on. They have to incubate that product to probably say Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, or probably to Kerala Startup Mission, or probably to wherever they can pitch and then get the associated funding to take it to the next level, to scale it to the next level, right? So we have to light that young mind, saying like, look, gone are those days in which you should only target towards, say, the campus placements. Days have come where you have the ability and the capability to pick your use case, find a market, pitch it onto the market, get it incubated at the right place. Like probably I am Kozhikode, Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, probably like back onto, say, your own incubation, right? In case if Adishankara College, I don't know if Adishankara College has an incubation facility. Why not fund it? Get that product to the market, right? So those are the thoughts that are coming. It is not just campus placements, right? It is even beyond that. I'm not against campus placement. What I'm saying is it's an era of entrepreneurship, right? So from that perspective, immense opportunities. So with that, let me just start. A couple of use cases is what I have jotted down, and during those use cases, you would really like to understand like what exactly is happening in the market. Silicon Valley, no. Right now, everything is there in Kerala. The market, the investment, the focus from the government with respect to the various universities, Digital University Kerala, what not we have, right? Across we have ample opportunities. It is the right time for the student community to tap the right potential opportunity, right business use case, see a product, arrive at a product, then market it, right? Scale it to the highest level. Before I get into the nitty-gritties of various business use cases, I just wanted to spend 2-3 minutes specifically on any specific ask or challenges when it comes to the faculties like you on rendering the various courses. I just wanted a couple of thoughts, wanted to make it a bit interactive because just wanted to understand like what all are the other arenas that you would like to understand from me as well. Anybody from the crowd? Because I wanted to start with some problem statements which I've heard in another faculty development engagements and also from the student community in various engineering colleges. So I wanted to start with it. So, but I would like to understand some challenges that you foresee when it comes to, say, the teams realizing projects as assignments during your semester coaching. Anybody on the call? There will be a silence.
Am I audible?
Yep.
Uh, so now, first, let us try to understand what you asked. Shall I, let us you asked what are the challenges an academia face while dealing with the students' project?
Exactly. From the academic, see, SEM 7, SEM 7, SEM 3, and SEM 8, I think there will be
Okay.
various project initiatives that would be given to the student community, right? So, what are
Yes,
the common
yes,
challenges? Yeah.
challenges. The first thing is the problem statement that they take. Um, uh, Most of them are, we feel it's repeated, but it can be scalable or it can be advanced. So how that will accommodate the complex scenario of those problems. So our dealing or our approach starts with the problem statement, something that we feel it's already done and already there. Why we should do it once again or something? What is the new in it? So we have to thoroughly scrutinize that. One thing. Second
Yep.
thing is um, so when we evaluate the now when the first phase is no, we assess the problem statement, the synapses for the acceptance level. Then the tools and technologies that they use, we are now living in the arena of advanced technologies. How much they are proficient enough to use those technologies?
Agreed.
Are they how long they will be there or they should follow the fundamental tools or the advanced tools. So that is another challenge that we have.
Agreed. Agreed.
Then the third one is the the practices in the software development cycle.
Mm-hmm.
How much we are now keeping our students ready for the industry through this process.
Got it.
What is missing in that? And now, starting from the design standards to the coding standards, deployment, and there is a big gap between the project and the product. So we have to fill in. So these are the normal, challenges
Challenge.
that we have while we deal with the project, students' project. Some others might have something else as well. For when I say technologies, we have the cloud and other things as well that also include in this challenges. Thank you, Nirmal.
Thank you. I think it was from Ramani ma'am, right? Please correct me.
Yes, 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 Nirmal.
Thanks, Remini ma'am. See, I am so happy that such insights are coming because this is a common statement or problem statement that I am coming across. Okay, to address the point number one, when it comes to say choosing of the problem statement where there is actually a repetition that is happening. Okay, I would start from there actually. The third point, ma'am, what you mentioned specifically on to say the industry standards, coding standards, again coming to say the deployment, the product part, I would take that in a very different perspective because there is disruption that is happening in the market. I will come to that third point. Okay, now let me first address point one and two, right? Because point one, whatever was spoken with respect to like choosing of the problem statement, the repetition and all, that is the real stepping stone, or that is where like definitely the faculty crowd together with the industrialist have to join hands for sure, because that is where like there is a huge gap, at least like whatever I've come across the various sessions that at least I have conducted, right? So from that perspective, a huge stress has to go back on to what is a problem statement. Problem statement, is it actually going to bring a commercial value? Is money getting generated out of that thing? That thought process definitely within the various student community or within the faculty crowd, we need to really, is it something that we can actually gain a bit of, see, coding part, coming to learning the technology, everything is fine. That will happen for sure. It's a era of IT disruptions. When I say IT disruptions, anything we can build, anything with the right, if the right attitude student crowd is going to build, anything can happen. I will come onto the technical challenges. I mean, the technology infrastructure not available. I will come to that point as well. But when it comes to say the problem statement, the first and foremost thing is, are we taking up the right industry? When it comes to the right industry, right? Now, are we taking a niche industry? Let me put forth likewise. Are we taking a niche industry? Agriculture, fertility of the ground is going to deplete by 2050. There's a written statement. Now, what are the various innovations? So that is where like we have to sparkle the innovation mindset. So there is research that will happen onto the industry. From the industry, we will actually arrive at like what exactly is the area or the function or the business function that we will navigate. From the business function, again, we will actually get on to the CAGR part, right? Like how much CAGR, whether it is 40 percentage, whether it is 50 percentage, is there a real business case, right? From a professional thinking, these are the things that will come out, right? Which is the industry? What is the business function that I'm going to pick? Is it going to generate? Is there a CAGR rate there, right? Now, am I the first and foremost statement that we have to think, or which we have to have a design workshop with that crowd of the student community, will be the problem statement building. It has to be a design workshop. In the design workshop, let them research and come back on the commercial value of it. The product or whatever section that they are going to build, is it commercially, is it going to bring some revenue out of it? I can do something for the academic namesake to learn the technology, but learning of the technology is just happening in fingertips right now because of the technical disruptions, right? So when it comes specifically to choosing of the specific industry, it has to be a niche industry. Whatever the rest of the slides that I'm going to take is going to speak on all these. Okay, the use cases that I'm going to show right now in this session, it is actually going to help you understand like how exactly in 2026, that is this year, from Jan till this date, right, what are the various disruptions or innovations. I would say it is an innovation which I have seen, which I have come across in Kerala region in India. So there are various disruptions that are happening. Now, coming to niche industry, one or two use cases that I am going to take up, it will really ponder. So that research mindset, I'm sure like academia, there is enough research scholars available. There are like enough research also happening. But at the end, the student community together with the faculty have to think like, is it going to generate revenue? Is it a niche thing that I am developing? Is it actually going to be placed? Will it be a differentiator in the market? And am I taking up the right niche industry, niche business function inside that? So those are the various parameters via design workshops with the support of industrialists that we need to arrive. I will come specifically to that. Now, let me explain about majority of you whomever is there on the session today might be having at least an EV scooter today. I assume at least one of you will have EV scooter today. You might have bought a EV scooter also. It depends upon whether you are residing in a, in a flat, or whether you have your own, say, villa, right? If you're residing in a villa, your home charging via AC charger can happen. Okay. But in Bangalore, yesterday, the news cut that I'm seeing is flat owners have said no to AC charging of their specific scooter in the flat. In Bangalore, yesterday's news cut is this. It's suppose if I'm living on a flat community, in the flat, on the bottom, on the ground floor, I am barred. Certain flat association have written stickers. They have posted stickers saying like the EV charging cannot happen as an AC charger here. Multiple reasons. Multiple reasons. Do we have a solution to it at this junction? The problem statement has come yesterday. At this junction, only logically I could think saying like it has to be a mobile, a specific mobile charger. That has, when I say mobile, it's not our handheld mobile. A charging unit which will come specifically from Ola or OEMs to the flat specific ground floor and then facilitate him the charging. That's only logical thinking that I'm getting. But thinking from an engineering mindset, is wireless charging possible? Is research happening on the wireless charging? Remember, ma'am, to answer you. So this is how we have to actually drill down like what are the opportunities in which, say, India or probably the globe is actually today. It's just a paper cut. Today morning, it had been a just debate with a friend saying like, okay, is wireless charging the next era of EV? Is enough research happening on the wireless charging? The entire government, the entire India, the entire globe is actually speaking about EV charging. We all are aware like what exactly is going to happen on diesel and petrol, what is going to come from E100. There is a ethanol 100 framework also that has come up. So ethanol 100 is going to be used in vehicles, but EV related, the entire landscape is going to change with EVs. But if I am a Bangalore resident, if I am staying on a flat, the specific flat owner association is barring me on various reasons to do an AC charging of the EV scooter. This is a potential use case. Should we think from a software solution angle? Question mark. Should we think from an engineering mindset? Answer is yes. The next research has to be onto the wireless EV charging. Sitting in my bedroom using wireless charging, I should be in a position to ensure like my EV scooter is charged. Anybody on a negation mode to this thinking? I'm just quoting an example, okay? I see a silence again. Sorry, I cannot come on camera because I'm in a campus. That's where like my camera is not on. Hoping I'm able to resonate the specific problem statements for which certain thinking, certain research had to happen. It is a universal problem statement right now. Wireless related charging, of course, it can happen. Practical solution to it is just a mobile specific unit of a charger that will come specifically to that flat. Okay, keeping that aside, 2024 onwards, whatever the earlier era of IT, in the earlier era of IT, when we come across, right, it would be much more towards, say, the digital world, right? When I say the digital world, it's like when it comes to Aadhaar, passport, and all, right? Whatever the paperwork that we have actually come across, that paperwork is completely like automated, digitized, and then we have the e-records coming in. But from 2024, the era is totally different. The era is totally entering in a new phase in which, when did we hear about ChatGPT? It will be exactly during November 2024. Now, after ChatGPT, what are the various other disruptions that we have come across? Across the world, we could see like lot much of AI models coming up, right? Vishal Sikka being part of Infosys again, like he came out of Infosys. He was actually vouching specifically for the AI, artificial intelligence, right? Even in today's like Kerala budget, we could hear about the investment that is going to happen on the AI side, the investment that we are going to make on the Malayalam AI data set. Isn't it Malayalam AI data set a ideal use case for our student community to pick up? Answer is yes. Now, we all, like, I mean, at least from 2003 onwards, when I started my career, we were coding in VB, Java, C, C++, SQL, Oracle, whatnot, like what all, whatever technologies, let it be say open source models, let it be say the COTS products, like whatnot, right? So today, if you ask me, do we need to know the syntax of the Java program C, C++? Answer is no. We don't need to have the syntax. GitHub, we can actually refer to multiple code bases which are available freely in the market. GitHub is extensively used. Now, what exactly is vibe coding? I don't have to say that, right? So there's lot much of stress that has happened over a period of this 20 25 years. What has happened is there is enough code base that is available for COTS product, enough code base that is available for open source models. Time has right now come up. I don't know whether all of you have heard about Windsurf. Windsurf, WINDSERF. Windsurf has been right now acquired completely by Google under pitching. The Varun Mohan, who was from an MIT student, he has actually joined Google. But Windsurf, let me tell you, Windsurf is disrupted the market where if suppose I have a Windsurf license, 70 programming languages, I can, if I give that code base to him, right, to that Windsurf agent, it will actually say like, okay, from this say 10,000 million lines of code, this is what the project is all about. This is what the engagement is all about. This is what the scope that is getting built. It is nothing but the agentic AI world. The underlying technology that they have is agentic AI. Using agentic AI, Windsurf is actually revolutionizing. It can actually write code on its own. I don't have to explain, right? It's all AI, the basics of AI that is coming up. So after this, what happened? Like again, like there is onto the Gemini side of say onto the specific Gemini side, there is enough research happening. We have to wait and watch like what exactly is going to come from Varun from there. Now, in between, it was an era of hyperscalers, right? When I joined, I was actually working on say our specific technical stack has to be all hosted specifically onto a server. There is enough infrastructure related investment that will happen onto the server, right? Those days are gone. In between, it was like the cloud era of infrastructure that had come. Cloud era of infrastructure, we again had say AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform, right? Now from there, right now, every multinational corporations, including like they are getting on to say the data centers, right? So data centers is the next buzzword, right? But when it comes to the student community, they need to navigate, okay, it has been from a server to the cloud and specifically right now onto DC. Enough investments are also happening onto the silicon chips, right? MNCs and even like the startups, Kerala Startup Mission, everybody are actually onto the silicon chips as well. I've been coming across certain, I have come across certain articles in which in China, in order to actually have an extra wage, the student is actually doing that AI chip as a part-time opportunity. Okay. Now I'm not deviating much. What I'm saying is from 2024 November to till date, disruptions are happening in the market. I'm not sure like is student community or is faculty, is industrialists really keen on eyeing it? Like what are the various disruptions that are happening in the IT industry? It's a disruption. When I say the disruption, Remini ma'am was asking me like, okay, the practices that we have to follow, practices that we have followed for the past years had been like, I would say past years prior to 2024 had been like, yes, there is a complete setup. There are coding guidelines available in case if I'm coding on Java, there's a coding guidelines that I have to follow. When it comes to design, there are various design principles that we need to adapt. That fundamental, I mean, that bucketing, saying like this is how it has to be, that era is over. We actually, when we actually code, right, there are plugins that are available, and those plugins will be embedded onto that IDE to say like, okay, am I following the coding guidelines correctly? In case if the coding guidelines are not followed, it will actually it will actually log saying like, no, this specific function has not been written properly. It will actually get caught once when it gets compiled. right? So ideally, what I'm trying to say is that thinking of bucketing, saying like, okay, there has to be a specific design principle. I agree. Design principles has to be followed. But when it comes to coding, that coding job itself is at stake. That is the day to day. The coding job is at stake today. If we are actually going to advocate student committee saying like, look, focus on the coding, that's a wrong approach. We have digital assistants available, we have AI assistants available. Coding has to be, shouldn't be actually given prime importance. It's an era of low code, no code. It's an era really of no code.
Nirmal,
Yep.
hello, am I audible?
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
do you have any presentation or you are missing
Yes, I'm
something?
going to share it. I'm going to share
I
it. I'm
think
just
the
going to
screen is
project it.
not shared.
One second. Is my screen visible now?
No, sir.
One second. Is my screen visible right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How can I minimize this? Is it visible right now?
Yes.
Okay, so I was just speaking about the importance or the significance of the coding. The coding itself is at stake. We have to come out of that mindset saying like the coding had to be given prime importance. Design principles definitely had to be given importance, but when it comes to coding, you have lot much of AI utilities that are coming up. It is just that whenever a specific Epic is nothing but a master set of Jira stories, user stories, right? So a product, that product will be having features. Inside the features, basically like those are the instructions that the coders have to pick. Instead of coders, we will actually have, say, digital assistants who will actually create the code specifically based on the language that you are going to choose, and then based on the various testing utilities, I mean the data creation, everything will, the test data creation, everything will happen on the fly, and then you will get a compiled code with test results at the spur of the moment. Okay, so that is with respect to the digital world. Okay, now I'm just going to take you specifically to certain use cases which are mind blowing. Generative AI. Let me start with generative AI. Hope majority of you are aware of the very basic, like what exactly is multimodal, right? Digital side, it is all say raw text that we have been interacting with. But apart from the raw text, it's multimodal. When we speak about multimodal, it is like it can be a specific voice, it can be a specific, I mean, picture, it can be a specific video. So inputs specifically given to generative AI as a voice, image, or as a picture. Why the specific use case is important, I would just let you know. Gauss Sasta, Silo Fortune Private Limited in Bangalore have actually built this cow Sasta. One of the founder, basically, he was part of a traditional family on to say the dairy farming, and then after his 20 years of experience, he has actually gone to think like what exactly he can bring back to the dairy community. And I could correlate this to this 1 crore liter initiative in 3 years by VD Suggestion onto the dairy farming. So there is a correlation that I could see onto what I'm going to explain right now. So this is one of India's first image-based multimodal livestock AI platform. I'm just going to bring you all on to say what exactly the innovations are happening in India right now when it comes to the dairy farming. Now, earlier, like in the region of Pathanamthitta, even towards the southern Kerala and all, what has happened specifically is like RFIDs, right? The veterinary clinics, the RFIDs will be definitely tagged onto the ears, and it will be pierced onto the ears of the cows, buffaloes, right? So it is an IoT sensor that has been used. So various maintenance issues too much of investment specifically from the farmer community. So thought was like, how can I eradicate all those? Okay, so multimodal is one area: image, text, video, audio, right? Gen AI is what they are solutioning. And then here, what exactly is happening is the farmer on a daily basis, what he does is he's actually going to make use of picture, 360 degree cow, and then now immediately within say next 2 minutes or probably even same after 2 milliseconds, immediate health intelligence of the specific cow that is getting displayed, where the specific body conditions, the very specific productive, the idea, what exactly this cow has to give. It will actually provide, say, X liter of cow per day, right? So that is what the real view of it. But for the cow to productively provide that 1 liter milk a day, basically, like its health has to be screened, the food intake has to be proper, the nutritional benefits had to be proper, even without touching the cow, right? Even without having an RFID attached to the ear of the cow. What is the magic that can happen for a health diagnosis? This is specifically where the Gen AI is playing a key role, right? There is no, when it comes to the IoT sensors and all, it's like on a periodic basis, the associated, like the various, I mean, the anatomy part, the various temperature aspects, the various pulse rate, I mean, all the biosignals are actually going, right? So here, that is also not required. Using this utility, that specific aspect was also not required. It is also voice enabled, photo enabled. So it's just at a click. At a click, basically the specific inputs are actually reaching the LLMs, and then the LLMs are actually doing the continuous learning, and then it is returning the associated results as an intelligent dashboard, right? Now, why I'm making you or we all think on this angle is multiple use cases we are having, multiple use cases when it comes to, say, investment on IoT sensors can be minimal, where it is just by a video or a picture. Suppose a specific manufacturing power plant, right? The power plant is actually having a specific, I mean, a gadget to be prepared using 3D modeling. Now, on a video is being taken continuously onto the 3D model rendering. Now, whenever there is actually a deviation, specific Gen AI LLM had to have the capability to alert back to the owner, saying like, look, there are actually guardrails coming here. In the guardrails, I see a deviation. So based on the deviation, it is time for you to take an action. A beep comes on a monitoring, on a manufacturing plant, I mean to say, right? A beep had to come, and then it has to alert saying like, look, right now it's an hazard, it's a guardrail for you, right? So from the perspective, this Gen AI LLMs will have the capability specifically to alert, and then it would say like, look, why there is a there is an impact here. The impact here is specifically because of the commodities. The commodities are very expensive to prepare the gadget, and I just made an analogy. So in this case, from a dairy community perspective, there is no IoT dependency that we say. There are no costly installations, right? It is just a click of a picture of the cow that has to go back to the LLM, and there is no maintenance burden as well. Now, advantage that we have here is it's just with the help of a smartphone. Definitely, like from the intelligence report that the farmer gets, he would actually get a treatment guideline based on the various parameters that is getting passed, right? In this case of like what are the folders that it has to give. Now, when it comes to say the prediction, it will predict the productivity metrics as well based on the various parameters that is scanning. Device expense absolutely zero, right? No hardware costs are involved. It can be applied to any magnitude of farming. Technical complexity is absolute nil. It is just a multimodal initiative, just a picture or a video of a specific, I mean, of a specific cow or a dairy farm related community that goes, LLMs are learning and giving back. So this analogy is like how exactly we can avoid the investment onto the hardware, how exactly we can avoid the investment specifically onto the complex devices that we actually install, right? Now, linking this back, I go to Lulu Mall, right? I'm parking there. In the parking, we see like the red light and the green light, right? Now, immediately, do we get a SMS saying like, okay, my car parking is at C4? We never get that, right? Because it has not happened. But while I'm parking, if the surveillance camera out there is actually reading my specific, I mean the specific vehicle number, and it is actually tagging me saying like, picking my mobile number from the motor vehicle department, and then launching an SMS to me saying like, your parking is at so and so C4, right? So that is possible via Gen AI. That is again another problem statement that student community can definitely pick up. Now, plug in India, EV specific, wherever charging stations are there. Charging stations can be identified via Google Map, but in order to locate and then in order to block a specific time to go there and then take the EV fast charging, it is again another use case. So to coin back to problem number one, statement number one, Remy ma'am, basically there are multiple magnitudes of varied niche industries that the team has to pick with the thought like least investment on to say very least investment on to say the hardware. Again, make use of the public LLMs, I mean open source models, and then take that to a like a product based approach. So this is one such use case that I wanted to highlight. Again, the next use cases that I'm going to bring forth are varied, which will definitely tackle back to say Ayurveda. Now, I wanted to really explain like what exactly happens here. It is nothing but our RAG and the knowledge graphs that works here, right? So data set is very important here. More than 40,000 annotated cattle health images, 1,000 symptom to disease mappings, 30 plus veterinary treatment protocols. These all are actually embedded. The data set had been the key. There are geotag scans which are made, and then regional risk heat maps and all is actually prepared centrally, and the disease spread forecasting, the scores are calculated. So that is how, like, there is too much of like algorithms in place with varied scores that is getting displayed specifically onto the region, how exactly the temperature is looking like. So all such aspects are separate use cases that has been built. RAG, I don't have to explain. It is like heart of say any of the AI implementation, right? Why RAG? So that the data set is only going to be used by that specific dairy farm community, right? And then knowledge graphs. Knowledge graphs. Again, I don't have to explain, right? It is nothing but the linked list. I mean, the pairing that happens between the various entities that have to happen. Hope my screen is visible on Ayurveda and AI, which is nothing but the Bio AI COE. So here is nothing but a very recent thing that has happened at Kerala Startup Mission. I'm just bringing that aspect to make us think, because Vaidyanatnam Ayurveda brand have definitely brought in multi-sensory AI with the help of Kerala Startup Mission. There's nothing but lehium or probably a specific oil that is actually getting built. You're actually having various sensors. I would take them one by one. Okay, so multi-sensory AI. Multi-sensory AI is again a revolution that is going to happen. There is lots of bio AI hubs that would come up. Ayurveda, specifically like multiple lehium oils, right? Medicinal values. Now, let us think from a multi-sensory AI perspective. Precision automation is one thing where, say, the grueling iteration, which is nothing but the avartanam, right? So it is extremely complex. Why it is extremely complex? The smell that I perceive now at the start of making the oil, the smell that I perceive after 5 minutes, and the smell that I had to perceive at the end of the preparation of that oil will be totally different. That is where the concept of e-nose had come. E-nose. E-nose is nothing but at various I mean, the preparation of the specific oil, right? Medicinal oil, it has to code. It will be an E code, and that E code has to be specifically put onto a central DB, which will again take up learning algorithms. So E knows is a concept. If E knows is a concept, can't E tongue be a concept? It is again another use case. E tongue. E tongue will not chew, it will not digest. Rather, a specific specimen of that oil, if given to E tongue, it will tell like what are the various ingredients, what is the temperature at which it has been prepared. I mean, it's a postmortem of like what exactly the preparation of the oil had happened. What are the various ingredients? So that is e-tongue. I'm not highlighting e-tongue here. So this is nothing but a precision automation of here. In multisensory AI, we have acoustic sensors, computer vision, and e-noses where they will detect the various stages like Shabdahina. Shabdahina is nothing but the cessation of sound. So during the preparation of the oil, the sounds it produce, right? The cessation of the sound, and Fenanthi, it's nothing but the settling of the froth. So while it gets prepared, the froth, the temperature of the, I mean, the various sounds, the burp sound it gives, right? These all are recorded. Now, next part is nothing but the adaptive robotics. It is nothing but the robotic arms that we have. It will actually check the various viscosity, the chemical composition in real time, and the various changes in the temperature and the stirring speed to eliminate the human fatigue and oversight. What it does is, see, right now I could see like it's all physical, it's all physical robotic arms that has been used for stirring and all. But future is something different. We shouldn't have the physical stirring as well. It has to be something virtual, where the virtual arms had to really stir. It's nothing but an avatar of the virtual arms that had to come. Multisensory AI is really going to gain momentum when it comes to Ayurveda, as an example. It can be even applied to, say, various other use cases. See how I was actually tapping onto the specific use case. I would tell you there was a specific friend of mine who was actually onto the forensic. He's a forensic surgeon. Okay, so while conversing with him at least a month prior, he said, "Well, I have a challenge. The challenge is something unique because in the mortuaries, while surgeons are performing the postmortems and all, there is a situation where like the smell of the specific cyanide poison or probably the smells that they detect in order to say like whether it is a crime or not, right? So that smell, that electronic format is definitely not there. Now, how they detect that is like definitely the specific swab is taken and then it is sent to the specific laboratory and said like it is an emergency, and that is how they actually take a stab like okay, this has happened due to so and so poison, right? Or so and so the smell is actually evading to so and so poison. But how can we really think from a software angle or a E angle, right? Tapping that is what this multisensory AI can really help that forensic surgeons. How? Again, the real precision automation of the smell, the sound, the burp. It's a possibility, but do we have a solution for them? Answer is no. But it's still a use case for that forensic surgeon in order to actually make use of this fluoro. It's nothing but the fragrance, right? So the fragrance can be definitely decoded. It's again a definite use case that our student community should think through. I spoke about the virtual arm, right? Virtual arm for steering. It's again a use case. Now, practical challenges. Remini ma'am have mentioned about the practical challenges, right? The access to the technology. Trust me, without cloud, right, we cannot do much today. But I have a solution also which I have thought through. Uh, I'm not sure whether like universities are actually having that access to say take the subscription of Google Cloud or probably Azure. No, I doubt, right? But interestingly, I have met Jitin VG, who is from Trivandrum, who is running say Bud ecosystem. Now he is actually in the mode of like giving cheap cloud services. Like you can access the cloud services of Bud. I'm not marketing for them, but rather I'm trying to say like it is still possible if Bud ecosystem firm based out of Trivandrum is actually having that cloud services. Why can't you all leverage that cloud services? And while you speak to Jidin Vijay, you will definitely understand like it is at a very cheap price, probably like very cheap price. So the cloud services, if the team is complaining, like if the student community is complaining, like there is no cloud access, it is still possible in Technopark, Bud ecosystem. You can still access their cloud services for the academic projects. So when it comes to technology, open source models, LangChain, all the open source models can be taken up. Similarly, when it comes to multisensory AI, we should still watch for the open source models. But definitely, you need to have a cloud, and that is where I'm navigating you all back to the Bud Echo system, where they will definitely provide you the cloud services. So it's an amalgamation of possibilities, right? There are certain possibility, there are certain aspects that we cannot, but there are certain part that we can still have within Kerala. Say this Bud Echo system, they have that cloud services that can be leveraged. All open source models can be leveraged for your specific project engagements, right? Now, I was actually speaking about, say, the investment that is going to come onto the Malayalam AI data set. I'm just trying to actually correlate to what I have written specific to, say, the Tarka Vitarka. It is nothing but the ancient scripts of Ayurveda. It has to be translated. It has to be ready. The intelligence had to come without even referring. Probably like we have to go through the learnings that are based on these various scriptures, and then probably like we have to take that to the next level, right? Now that is where like the various nomenclature of the words play a key important role. The word Agni, how it actually makes use of fire in one context, but digestive system in Ayurveda. So context is everything. It's a contextual AI that comes into place when it comes to the text, when it comes specifically to the text translation. See, large language models, LLMs actually are actually LLM from LLMs again. Like we have to get on the contextualization AI. Most importantly, polyherbal. Whenever that specific oil is getting made at various stages, the various herbs are getting added, right? So these herbs, how exactly that oils are getting built is from the various scriptures, the various step by step approach that is coming, right? So the using AI, the various precise biological mechanisms and active compounds can be really studied, and with the help of nanoparticles, there is a specific stream that is evolving right now, which is nothing but, say, the protein synthesis, which is a stream on AI that is emerging, genomics that is emerging, lot much of use cases on genomics, lot much of use cases on protein synthesis. There are a lot much of open source models in order to do the protein synthesis, and all are happening in the market. But I'm not coming across anywhere except in Rajgiri ones, where onto specifics onto some protein synthesis, I've come across a project. So protein synthesis, this nanoparticles, when it comes to not much of use cases we can really funnel around. But again, answer is the technology infrastructure. Yes, open source models together with the cloud services, which are also like cheap, but ecosystem. We can do magic with that. I don't have to explain about RAG. I have to still speak about OCR. OCR is nothing but it would actually scan the specific page, and then it would actually provide the findings out of that, right? So OCR also is in need when it comes to the contextualization. Let me confidently say a lot much of respect to what innovations are being carried out in Kerala Startup Mission. Thanks to Anup Ambika sir. I'm just quoting their instance here. There's a 2026 Mars use case in which Vaidaratnam has actually made use of multisensory AI. When it comes to student community, I understand like you will still think through like, okay, what exactly is the technical infrastructure that I have to take? It's still possible. You have to go ahead with the open source models. You have to leverage a cloud. Cheap cloud definitely will be the way ahead. Just to mention a couple of, say, large sense models, Tacto, Meta AI, touch-based task. When I speak about multisensory AI, Narendra Modi ji is actually investing heavily onto military, heavily onto space technology. very much heavily on to say the varied initiatives that are happening from the government with respect to say space parks. Space technology related courses are just erupting, right? So what I'm trying to say is when it comes to multisensory AI, enough investment government is going to make. So when our student crowd is actually going to put their hands onto this large sense models in their own ways, right? Definitely it is going to add a value to them in their career as well or onto the entrepreneurship journey that they are going to get on. Logistics, right? Cold logistics. When it comes to say movement of goods from here to there, specific interventions can happen. Robotics is definitely there, but when it comes to entering into a specific infrared region by the robot or a specific zone which is a taboo for human beings, this multisensory AI is going to pave huge way. Tactometer AI, Google DeepMind, Tesla's Dojo, again Apple Vision Pro, Dyson home robotics, and all are all gaining momentum. Again, an eye for all the student community to peep in. Touch, spatial position, the balancing for specifically for the robotics, medical tools, and all. Like, see, why I'm speaking respect to this is there are not much use case that had come with respect to multisensory AI. With respect to the movements of the robotics, with respect to the sensing the environment, and all, I agree. Drones together with multisensory AI. I have not come across drones onto multisensory AI. Drone will pick a specific object from here to there. It will just provide a trajectory saying like, okay, I have to deliver the specific kit from here to there. But after reaching the specific home, if there is actually a fire hazard that is happening, will the drone be in a position as a specific case to actually help the human crowd there? That also is a possibility. Just a trajectory of what is happening in the market, large language models to large video models. Imagine the disabled individuals, right? Large video models. Humor is deaf. Large video models is going to pay severe use cases. Large audio models. Humor is blind. Large audio models are going to pay huge pay. Large sensory models, right? Not much to do, team. There is lot much to do when it comes to large sensory models where they will sense and act like human beings at machine speed and at scale. So the various biosignals is what I'm trying to emphasize with respect to the multi-sensory intelligence. Multi-sensory AI is paving way to the multi-sensory intelligence. I have to speak a bit about adaptive robotics as well. Time has come where adaptive robotics is actually going to gain momentum like anything. Capital investment is definitely there, but still small use cases, I mean, at least small products of adaptive robotics. It's what does it do? It will actually scan the environment, it will learn on its own. I was speaking about that forensic surgeons use case, right? Adaptive robotics, in order to scan the smell, digitize it, bring that smell or fragrance onto a digital format, adaptive robots can definitely do. Capital intensive, but still, thought process is quite unique. This will actually scan the temperature, it will scan the basic environment parameters that are there onto that region, and self decision making will happen. Lot much of senior citizen living is happening. One fine day, it will all be on adaptive robotics as well. Much more than adaptive robotics, it's going to be a specific arena of, say, avatars to come in, where there will not be any physical investment on, say, adaptive robotics. It will be an avatar. It will be just a visual avatar, so that there is no threat to, say, the e-waste that is going to happen. We have to think from an e-waste perspective as well. There shouldn't be e-waste. Whatever the mobile phones that we are having, that mobile phones will also go away. It will be a virtual asset going forward. That idea will also erupt. There will be huge investment that will come up on mobile phones without gadgets, right? You will just visualize, you will just open your eyes. You need to actually have your specific mobile on. The moment once when your eyes are actually speaking to the walls, the virtual Ford is actually arriving in your front, and you're able to actually navigate to that virtual. A physical keyboard will also reach you, not physical, I mean a virtual keyboard, my bad. A virtual keyboard will also reach you, and then you'll be in a position to interact with your wall where the projections of your mobile phone will come. Why? E-waste. E-waste shouldn't be the case, right? E-waste also, we have to think through very extensively. Virtual mobile, virtual keyboard, adaptive robotics is the key. So how exactly, what industry to pick up, what is the business idea that we have to pick, is it having a commercial value? The ideation workshops, the design workshops, digitalization is all over. Coding significance, yeah, of course, when it comes to series of like design principles, agreed. After the design principles, when it comes to coding, there are utilities that are available right now to do a low code, no code, guardrails that are available. When I say guardrails, if not, right, it is nothing but the rule engine, right? If not. So when we are going to think about that coding, think like coding is also going to be obsolete. Now the focus has to be very sharp back on to say what is the business idea that we are going to choose. In that business idea, what are the various elements that are really disruptive in the market that we have to think through? Multisensory AI. Again, surgery side, medical devices. Of course, enough capital investment had happened. But when it comes to, say, the sense part of it, that sense part, how exactly it will actually cater to, say, the forensic medicine, probably like onto the agriculture. Drones are actually doing the magic onto the agriculture, right? Precision farming. So, my 2 cents there is, let's give this coding base a bit backseat. Let's leverage whatever is openly available. Let's think from an angle to innovate. From the innovation mindset, definitely, like if you're going to pick, choose the right modules, the right function, the right industry with the right CAGR growth, definitely like the student community will be aiming at the right ideas to pitch it further to very higher levels. Just a recap of adaptive robotics onto manufacturing side on what complex jobs it is going to bring in. Again, coming to healthcare and coming to logistics and warehousing, which I just spoke about. Agriculture robots, the market is extremely high. The precision farming, again, like lot bunch of aspects are coming onto the agricultural related aspects. With that in mind, I think I have made it very short and crisp. Uh, any
Any
questions,
questions,
please?
please? Any questions? Participants, so please be interactive. So we have industry persons now in front of us. Any questions that relates to projects, the problem statements, or anything that you need the input from the industrialist, this is the greatest opportunity for us. Even if you have now you are working with the research work, and if you have certain questions, please take it up now.
Hello, am I
Hi,
audible?
Raji. Yes, Raji.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I am Dr. Raji, Dean Innovation Entrepreneurship from Srinarayana Guru College of Engineering and Technology.
Great.
Sir, great presentation. Really, your vision, view, and your delivering that idea is very informative, sir. Appreciate you.
Raji.
And the Shangara College for organizing a program like this. So my question is,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just like large language model, you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned about large video models. Any
Correct.
implementation came in that domain, sir?
See, my role today had been to bring you onto the space of large video models. Okay. Now, I'm in search of the right technical implementations. Trust me, people are not focusing on such themes actually, Raji. So, If you have a specific student crowd where their project or some assignments had to happen, please put them onto this large video models, right? When it comes to blind and deaf, right, there is a lot much of enablements that we have to make them as a part of innovation, Raji. So from that perspective, we have to actually take up large video models. The technology is available. It is just that how we are going to curate for them, right? So see, over the weekends, like we normally take our kid to a specific zone in which we will get there. I mean, a play area, we will actually get a specific space to sit and eat. We also will get a space to sit and watch the TV, right? Imagine that from the perspective of a blind and deaf person, right? What additional aids that we can bring them, right? In case over a weekend, if we have to take uh, such a person specifically, there the use cases have to start. That design workshops had to happen, Raji.
Okay, sure, sir. Even in our college, many students are interested this type of works.
Yeah,
So, sure, I will in touch with you. Actually, I did my research work in natural language processing. So that
super.
came in ChatGPT and all. It's using that large language model it came. So
Mhm.
the generative AI that itself we I mean actually I published many papers that's
Okay.
really good, sir. I'll contact you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Note my LinkedIn specifically, like when it comes to large video model. Whenever the design workshop is there with HR permission, definitely I will anchor that design workshop along with you. Don't worry, Raji. Just let
Okay,
me
sir.
know.
Your number, or
I will get it to Remedy ma'am. Yeah, no problem.
okay. Remedy man, really appreciate you on organizing a workshop like this. I mean, FTP like this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Raji,
Thank you
when
so much.
you
Okay.
Raji ma'am, when you spoke about this LVM, right?
Yeah.
It is not just LVM. The LSM should be the real focus. So if you have a specific group, probably like two batches, if you could really, I mean, divide that into say a specific set. I mean, few onto LAM, few onto LVM, LSM also. Definitely, like we have to vouch and go back to say what are investments are happening specifically from the government onto such incubation center for new generation entrepreneurship. This is a buzzword that has come in today's Kerala budget, Raji ma'am. So with that, you have to propose specifically like this college is actually going to anchor these use cases. We definitely need fund. Your problem statement will be definitely onto the cloud infra part. Cloud infra part also I just mentioned like there is a way around. The way around is like bud ecosystem. Their cloud services are cheap, which I've come across, right? So of course, on PPP model, you have to get some funding as well. But
Okay.
whenever the capital investment is coming, definitely like you have to incubate all these ideas as a part of design workshop and go back to this incubation center for new generation entrepreneurship, and then it has to erupt that itself as an LLP. The next era is that
Yeah.
LLP or
Okay.
private limited, right? So the focus had to be likewise, and that change had to happen from our colleges, as you know.
Yes. Actually, we applied for campus industrial park and we got it sanctions for 6 acre land. Already everything is ready in our college. Next, okay, thank you for recommending this. I shall apply for PPP models.
And
So that,
again, another aspect is Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, right?
oh,
It is an AP, but keep a tab on what exactly is happening on Ratan Tata Innovation Hub. Definitely, like you would, your crowd, if you will be on to the very latest on what is happening in the industry if you tap onto Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, Rajima. Yeah,
great. Sure, sir. I'll contact you. Thank you very much, sir.
Rajima.
Okay.
Nirmal sir, I think there are more queries in the chat box.
Okay. Just a second, chat. One second. Gopi Kannan, my question is how to develop AI agent regarding teaching video lecture. Gopi, the answer is see there is lot much available on say the public forums. Okay, don't think from an angle like I have to see. First is your specific, I mean, gadgets or say the technical ecosystem. Do you have access to cloud? Answers right now, no, right? Again, if you ask me, like, I have to build an AI agent, I will go for a low code, no code option. In the market, there are a lot commercial off-the-shelf products where the licenses are available only to MNCs, right? So my 2 cents to you, Gopi, is you basically have to leverage open source models that are available in the market with a low code, no code. AI agents and all, like definitely you can build on whatever use cases, teaching, video lecture and all, you can definitely do. But the technical ecosystem with least cost effective in, I mean, it has to be least cost effective, right? So that is where I spoke about that bud ecosystem. Um, from your college specifically, like you need to actually invite them so that you would actually get an access to such cloud services, please. Yeah. Nowadays, Gen AI, Kumaraswamy, nowadays, Gen AI generate codes for a particular task while running the program. It will highlight errors as well. Correction will be done in auto. Was it a question, Kumaraswamy? Blindly, let's not copy paste the code that is getting generated. Rather, generate the code and bring it in a structure. Bring it in a structure in the sense like it can be reusable. Okay, there are ample tools available in the market, but hallucination is one another case. I didn't get onto the technical angle entirely. The reason being, so hallucination, the reusable rate and all, you have to think through.
Yes, sir. When you use a Colab or a Jupyter
Okay,
notebook, simply ask, you say your applications, that will generate a code. Then you
agreed,
run by itself. Then if it is a error, it will highlight it. Even there
agreed.
is a separate column, it will
Uh-huh.
say to correct the error, these are the steps. Will you accept it? When you say accept, click accept, then it will run automatically and give the result.
Sir,
It is some extent it will reduce programming timing and skill everything. It will help as an assistant to write a program or develop a software.
Kumaraswamy sir, what I'm trying to say is this is the situation. This had not been the situation at least 20 years before, right? We never had
Yes,
such
yes,
capabilities, right? So right
yes.
now, the focus that we are giving onto the coding, it has to come down. The focus that we have to give had to go back to the real curation of the problem statements, right?
The reason is there because we are doing the work in the laboratory. Students is not developing their skill. They are simply using this method and trying to show the result to the teacher and get it okay.
Exactly. So Kumaraswamy sir, that is where I was saying, let them copy paste the code for their own thing. No problem. Marks or weightage or the thinking should never be given to the coding. The weightage had to go back to inspiring them to pick up the right use case, right industry, right problem statement. Let it be an open book, right? Let's not mind saying like, okay, they have made use of so and so AI utilities, they have made use of Copilot, they have made use of so and so. That era is also over, Kumarasamy sir. That's what I'm trying to say. Let it be an open book, right? Let them use whatnot. Let them use their old code base from their previous seniors also. Let us not mind about that. What we have to mind is the novelty of the idea. It's an
Okay, sir.
open it's an open book. So our thinking also has to change, Kumarasamy sir.
Okay,
Any
sir.
code can be reused. We don't want to build a skill set on them on coding. That's what I'm trying to say. Let them focus on whatever, if they are interested in cinematography, if they are interested in cinema, let them even make use of LLMs which they can use for bringing in special effects, right? Coding
Yeah.
is not a great thing today. Coding, the value that we are giving for coding, that is diluted because everything is possible. Even a 10 standard kid can code today. Okay, so our thinking has to change. Let's not think like, okay, their skill set is going down. Coding itself is not a skill set today, sir, but the novelty of the idea or the product that they are preparing, that is the weightage which we have to give. Hope you agree with me, sir.
Yes, sir. You have to give the different direction of thinking. That's it.
Yes, much more had to be provided on what is the commercial value that they are going to bring. Immediately after preparing the specific pilot, can it be incubated? Will I get investors to actually invest on this idea? Can they generate their LLP or probably a solo ownership kind of a firm? right? So we have to take them to that entrepreneurship spirit right now, Kumaraswamy sir. It's an open book. Everything is available on the internet. When I say everything is available, they can actually even copy paste the code. They can have utilities to actually do low code, no code. Everything is possible. But the novelty of the idea, that is where like academics has to really make a change, Kumaraswamy sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Gobi, I assume I have answered you. Multiple things are available in public forums. Okay, so I would say it depends upon the technical ecosystem and the investment that had to happen. So leverage open source models. Sean Yohanan, I am exploring an idea around plant disease diagnosis. Very good. One challenge I noticed is that the same visual symptoms such as leaf yellowing may indicate different issues depending on the plant species and environmental conditions. Good. Instead of building a traditional image classification model, I was wondering whether a multimodal approach using large vision models and LLMs would be more effective. Sean Yuanan, you have made my day. I'm very happy about this question. Okay. I just showed you the Gauss Sasta related use case, right? So, and see, I do normally hear Radio Mango and all. Okay. So, in which a specialist from agriculture, he will be there, in which multiple like persons will be calling him and saying, like, look, in my coconut tree, this is the color of the leaves that I'm having. This is how the specific bite has happened, so the yield of the coconut is not coming. Okay, now he will give varied instances. uh, the community learning is happening there, right? Immediately the next person is calling the specific expert and saying, like, look, I have also had the same problem, but this is what the I forgot it. Okay, it is actually a medicine that they have had from some Ayurveda shop, and that will be injected onto the root of the coconut. Okay, now solution is also coming there. Okay, why I'm saying this is an analogy, Sean. So the traditional model, what you're saying, that is obsolete. Okay, you have to tap onto LLMs for sure, Sean. Did I answer you, Sean? From your experience with LLMs and vision models, do you think this is the right direction? This is the future. Sean, you there on the call? It's a multimodal approach that you have to give. You have to take a pick. That pick has to get onto the LLM. The LLM has to learn from the entire public data. The LLM has to learn from the entire public data, and it has to feed in the input. Your thought process is correct. Do not invest anything onto, say, any other models. Just ensure like you are leveraging the LLMs, that too via a picture or via a video. That video will specifically go to the LLM. LLM will learn from the public data, and it will actually provide you the inputs. You made my day, Sean.
So I think he has replied it in the chat box.
Yep,
Uh,
Sean.
yeah.
Yes. I think whatever Gauss Sasta I explained, I'm sure like Sean is able to correlate. Yes, it is the multimodal approach that has to be taken up. See, there was a specific reason, Ramani ma'am, that I didn't go back to, say, portal related building, say, database related, RDBMS, AI compilation. I wanted to put a full stop because from 2024, it's a total change in the IT thinking that had to happen. It's an AI era, it's a data science era, it's a genomics era. So from that perspective, we focusing back onto coding, we focusing back onto testing, we focusing back that MNCs are actually having a specific structure, a bucketing, saying like, okay, you have a design principle attached, you have coding guidelines, coding standards attached, and then you have the testing coming in. That phase is also over. Projects from MNCs which are getting delivered in, say, 6 months, right now the expectation from the customers, it has to be delivered in 1 month. In case if it has to be delivered in 1 month, it is again this AI agents, agentic AI solutions, Copilot, whatnot, right? There are COTS products which are expensive on AI, which are available in the market, which all the MNCs are having access to, right? So from that perspective, deliverable will also happen. But when it comes to the student community, when it comes to the academic institutions, in case if we are not having that subscription to COTS products, it is the open source model that is the go ahead. Again, cloud part, I agree. There is a challenge, which I will actually again give the contact to you, Ramni ma'am. Like there is a possibility in Trivandrum that you can leverage that specific firm, and definitely the student community has to make use of that cloud for their engagements. So the thinking from an angle of coding skill set, it has to stop from today. It's a free book, Kumaraswamy sir. But how much effort that we are putting on picking up the right industry, right use case. And then I was telling to Raji Mohan ma'am, pick up lot much of latest niche which are economically viable. Build a team. Let the end project of the semester really make a revolution, and the team pairing hands to create a LLP or a private limited firm. Again, the college has to definitely have an incubation related setup in which best teams has to be incubated. It has to be a real competition. I have seen cases where, see, previous year the same seniors have actually created this. They just repeat, take the code base, then change the UX, then show it. That also should stop. I also have seen cases where Raspberry related, coding that had happened for the last year by a senior. The theme was getting changed. Some algorithm changed. Again, Raspberry being shown. That also should stop. I also have seen various friends helping the final semester projects where they are giving the associated code base. They again taking that code base, reusing it, change the UX. There is a Lovable app that had come. You can actually code in Lovable Dev. Sorry, you can actually code and prepare the product just in a matter of say 5 seconds or 5 minutes, and such lovable related deliverable also I've seen in certain engineering colleges given to the specific faculty for evaluation. These all had to stop. And we telling the team saying like, do the coding well, do the coding well, go to the coding. That era is over. We have to go to the base and say like, look, let us take the right industry. Themes that definitely you guys have to think through is this Malayalam AI data initiative that Satish, our chief minister, spoke today on the budget. There is enough 10 crore investment coming. Think from that angle. What is that AI data set on Malayalam that we can, at least from the colleges, that we can actually think through? Have a brainstorming session. Let's spend some nice time to arrive at that AI data set. We have Tali Olagal, right? I mean, the coconut leaves related scriptures, right? Sarvam AI is a company who's actually doing that language related, explorations, right? So similar to that, such use cases. Suppose if a Taliula is given to you from Grandashalas, right? How exactly you can actually take up that old libis and try to actually make a meaning out of it with the help of LLMs. Sean, it is for you. Take a Thaliyula, try to arrive at a Malayalam data set, try to make use of an LLM. Just explore. You might not have an answer or a product immediately, but still give an exploration. See, Chief Minister is actually investing 10 crores or more onto Malayalam AI data set. It is today's morning 10 a.m. news. 1 crore litter in 3 years from a dairy farm production. Gausasta. Gausasta is all that use case is already available. How can I enrich it? Reach out to the farmer community in Kerala. Try to understand whether they are using Gausasta. Gausasta is open for everybody. Now, one of our neighboring farmer whom has seen some problem statement which Gausasta is also not able to do. Pick it up. Enough focus is right now going to brand Kerala and health tourism in Kerala. Brand Kerala is nothing but on Ayurveda. Trust me, a few of my friends who joined Ayurveda, they are saying like, look, I'm always besides this preparation of layhim or preparation of that, preparation of this. Huge respect to say Anup Ambika sir of say Kerala Startup Mission. Multi-sensory AI. I was pick choosing to understand what next can happen on Ayurveda. Disruption has happened in Kerala Startup Mission. At least thinking has come. Multisensory AI, Vaidiratnan board has come up. They have invested. And then see how exactly that layhim is prepared without human support. But there as well, there is a physical presence, physical arms are there, right? We have to still think like that physical arms has to be replaced by virtual arms. E-nose I spoke about. E-nose has to be a virtual avatar. Why? Because the world is right now with lot much of e-waste. At least one e-nose as an avatar. Avatar in the sense like it will just detect. It will not have a physical existence. But at the same time, it will log back and say like, look, yeah, this is a specific smell that is actually coded. This is a specific temperature parameter. Right now, it has to be boiled at 100 degrees. So it will just log onto your log. I mean, a text file. And we have to just go to the text file, make use of our AI agent, and then it will say like, okay, in so and so timeline at morning 10:30 a.m. this specific layhim has been has started preparing. It has taken 3 hours. At say 10:34, this layhim has been added with a 1 mg of gold, right? So why I'm saying that is at the end there is an audit that is happening specifically on to say the preparation of the layhim, and you have an audit trace, an audit log attached to it. Am I speaking sense? I'm here to just inspire all of you to think from a different angle than thinking from a coding angle, please. I would say there is lot much to do with the senior citizens of India. Real senior citizens of India, including my parents, right? There's lot much that we have to do. And they deserve the best because our kids, they have born with a mobile phone, but how much it is tough for our parents to actually navigate through the mobile phone, I am aware. So what all we can do for that senior citizens to make use of this electronic gadgets, I'm not saying like go training them onto the mobile phones, but what else we can think? Adaptive robotics. While I am say of 70 years of age or 80 years of age, I am confident that my son or daughter will not be next to me. I will by default be on the mode with adaptive robots where they are going to take care of me, and that is how it is going to be. It will be a robotic world. We cannot actually be with our kids anymore because they have their own career, their own aspirations to move out. So I'm just inspiring all of you. I'm just trying to give certain thoughts so that the way of the quality of the associated semester-wise related projects has to really, we have to really take a stab of what exactly is the use case or the problem statement that they are picking up. Again, like technical infrastructure, I am again reiterating there are ifs and buts, but that is also possible. We have to really figure out like what exactly we have to choose at a cheap cost. I have actually 30 more minutes are there, Emily ma'am. I understand, but I just kept it so for 1.5
It's
hours.
okay. No, but the session is very precise and very, very informative. And we got quite a lot of inputs which we can explore further. Thanks a lot, Nirmal. You have started now with the provoking examples now, so that now we created a curiosity for
Yes.
us to listen to you more, because
Yep.
that provides a lot of opportunity for us to develop upon. Thank you so much,
Yep.
Nirmal. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks all. You can reach me at LinkedIn. So definitely reach me at LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, Nirmal sir, for the enlightening session. Your insights into the scalable architectures and data driven decision making have been extremely valuable. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all. Good luck. Thank you.
Dear participants, the feedback link has been shared in the chat box. Kindly complete the feedback form. We'll be back tomorrow with a new topic. Thank you, everyone, for your active participation. Have a great day.